Hi, I'm back again. Um, I did had a. Let me rephrase it. I haven't really talked about the story between me and my ex, but today was just so impactful that I do still want to talk about it, even without talking about the story. Because when I talk about the story, I want it to be really framed out to where I am the most objective as I possibly can, and not trying to paint them as such a bad guy. Just sharing how the relationship affected me, because I don't got them. We're not on good terms to where I can bring them on a show or bring on this YouTube channel and be like, "How did you feel when I did this?" Or, you know, I don't have that, and I don't want it. But today we work the same job. By the way, I work like morning shifts and they work evening shifts to close. So, the last hour at my job, we have to work together. It's the first time we ever had to really work together. Other times we just were in the same work area, but we were working on the same task together. And she's talking to my coworkers, and she's expressing how she's finally, doing college, cooking and driving and stuff like that. And the thing is, I was like, it made me really heartbroken in that moment. And this isn't like, I'm not the type of person who wants to get back with my ex. I just want to clarify. I do not. I miss some of the things, the great things. I still miss those, but not enough to want to supposedly recreate or add more. I'm learning that if I do want to recreate those moments, sure, we can get those moments, but it comes with a lot of negativity from both me and them, which also bad impacts. So at work, they're explaining everything they're doing and stuff, and it made me very sad because the same things they're talking about doing in life, the same things I used to ask and beg and wonder, are they doing? And what they would do is they just flip it back on me like, oh, I haven't picked what I wanted to do yet because you haven't picked what state we wanted to move or something. And I was like, you don't have any money in savings at this moment. You just rocking after 2 years of working a job, with the only thing that you really had to pay for was like subscriptions by your choice YouTube, and I guess they weren't allowed to cook at their age. They're like 16 and 17 and 18. They were never allowed to cook in their house for some reason. But even then, they weren't allowed to cook on a stovetop, which I didn't understand. It's like, well, can't you use an oven? I'm sure there's a lot of recipes out there where you just use an oven or a crock pot or even a damn microwave. But I used to believe those excuses. I used to believe that, oh yeah, those are valid, so they would buy fast food all the time, in which they hated it because of the negative effects that would happen on their body. So let me get closer. So I'm over here very sad because I was like, did I make a mistake? Should I have kept them in my life at least as a friend? And I'm now like learning. It's like, Sage, you should be happy that this person is finally figuring out stuff they want to do in life, because I am doing the same thing. I should be happy, but I should also respect myself to know that unless they apologize for their action and actually show actions where they're actually sorry, I shouldn't let this person prance in my life anyways. You're doing good now, but I should not forget what happened in the past, you know? And learning to accept that my idea of happiness, the idea would be, we both said sorry and we both were cool. We weren't friends, we don't text, we don't call. But if we see each other in person, we can nod, or if we work on a project together like today, we could be able to communicate about the project. But I had to remind myself everything they did to me and how did it make me feel should not make me forget. I should not forget that if the relationship made me want to leave this earth And we can argue saying Sage is my fault. A lot of it, I ain't gonna say a lot. I agree, relationship takes two people to make it. It takes two people to break apart. We can argue about everything I did, but if it gets to the point where I don't even want to be here, just stop. End it. I gotta have respect to myself to at least take space away from the person or the issue that is causing me so much stress. And having to accept that is very humbling. Because I used to think when I was first meeting them that my life would be so great if I had them and I keep working, we work through these issues. You gotta have two people to help it. You gotta have two people to want to have a healthy relationship to keep building on. You can't do it yourself, Sage. And to learn that that idea would not make me happy. Dating them would not make me happy. Because now I know through dating people like my boyfriend, I understand I need someone who can take care of me. I don't want to have to take care of me and them all the time. I do not have all the answers. They were also trans. They need someone they can relate to. Maybe. Or they need someone who's special. I studied it and I know a lot about gender and I used to go through a bit of it myself. But now I don't really identify as anything. I don't really care about labels. If you see me as a girl, you see me as a girl. If you see me as a boy, you see me as a boy. I don't really care. As long as you're not being disrespectful and when you call me a certain gender, you think you calling me something that's inhuman. Like a dog, you know. Other than that, I never really cared. But they're a trans woman. Someone who was born male at birth but identifies as a woman. So as bad as I want to support, there were still things I could not understand and relate. This also doesn't help that the person I'm talking to doesn't bother to express how they feel. Avoidance is what they do. We had your classic anxious and avoidant relationship. Plus all this issue with depression and stuff, it was bound to go to hell. It was bound to go. And as bad as the pain hurts now, I am still happy that all of this is happening because I am still growing every day. Even with the minor steps backs I take a stronger step forward the next day, and I'm learning to be, as much as I hate it, understanding that I'm still making mistakes every day. When I tell myself I'm trying to be more aware of my actions, I find myself making choices that not even 2 seconds I'm instantly regretting. And I'm learning to be like, yep, stop for a minute. Because the coworkers who did know what happened between me and my ex, they still do small talk with them, and that made me upset. It felt like a betrayal, and I was like, that's not me though. The reason my ex don't like me, or the reason we really just we ended on very bad terms, because at first we ended on good terms. We were like, hey, you do you, you do. The reason is because I was friends with their old best friend. They were friends from elementary to maybe a year into high school. And those last 3 years, they were coming out as trans, and that kind of distanced the two, not because he's transphobic, not because my boyfriend's transphobic, but because they were like on separate planes. They're interested in separate things. He's still into what they were into, like video games and stuff, and she's into politics and animes, like new anime, like new stuff, and so she's getting closer to people that fit her more. So I am still learning to be grateful because my ex did help me find the person I am with today. My ex did help me realize that no matter if I were to break up with my boyfriend now, if I ever wanted to get back in the dating scene, I need someone who is not avoidant. I need someone who is able to be upfront, to not hide from the problem, to not smoke it off, to actually be there. my ex helped me learn that I cannot save everybody. I need to put my mental health first. I'm always wanting to be the person who can jump up and be in everyone's life, but I understand that I am one body. I have to be at work. I have to take care of my house. As much as I would like to come and visit everybody and check on my family and stuff, I do not have that luxury. And that is okay. I'm not a bad human. I can learn to spend my time more smarter, dedicate one day to this person, do that. I can do that, but I can't do it every day, and I can't feel bad. I'm very grateful for my best friend, too, for listening to me kind of rant. I hope I'm learning to listen to her issues, too. It sounds weird, but I feel like the more I listen, anytime I'm recognizing that I'm not listening, I'm listening more now. So when she tells me an issue, I be like, damn, you really feel like that? Like, I didn't know this because I wasn't really listening. I'm too caught up in my emotions. Very, very emotional day. But summary is, my ex is doing better than what she was doing. And previously in a relationship, before? Oh my God. Summary is, my ex is doing better after our relationship and doing the things I begged them to do. But I am also doing better. We can both be happy, just in two separate worlds. And happiness doesn't mean that the happiness I'm thinking doesn't involve us interacting again. I hope tomorrow or today I meditate before and after work. I hope I really take that seriously because I need to be able to really be aware when these storms that happen to me, I need to prepare because I know that if I'm unprepared, and when I say prepare, I mean understand that anything could happen, but my mind still needs to be still. And when I don't want to be like, oh, what if this happens? I don't want to be anxious and worried. I want to be prepared as in, no matter what happens, it will be okay. Whether they curse me out, it's okay, Sage. Don't let this break your spirit. Don't let the past haunt you so much you can't even see the future or the present. So that's today. If you like my video or my little rants about today, please like and subscribe. I hope to get my first subscriber soon. Bye, everyone.